Good Sunday evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here. Hopefully everyone has had a nice weekend so far. Yesterday it was a little rainy, it was definitely chilly, and early this morning we had some showers, but it was nice today to finally get a little more sunshine. I know the rain that we had last week or over the past few days was much needed, but I think a lot of us at this point are yearning for some sunshine, and we do have a good bit of it in our forecast this upcoming week. However, we do have a round of rain on the way this evening, and this is happening right along and just ahead of a cold front. Starting at about 9-10 o'clock tonight, we'll start to see some showers moving in from the west. Right around midnight or so, many of us will be seeing some rainfall, or maybe not even seeing it, probably going to be in bed at that point. I will say it will make for good sleeping weather tonight. By the sunrise tomorrow morning, the rain is going to be out of the way, but because this is happening ahead of a cold front after the front passes through, things are going to be turning chilly and breezy tomorrow morning. Right around the sunrise, shortly after that, we are going to see temperatures dropping into the upper 40s, and the wind likely going to make it feel even cooler than that. But once we get past this round of rain overnight tonight, most of this upcoming week is looking very dry. We've got more sunshine in the forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday. Our rain chances beyond tonight are looking pretty slim. And even tonight, we're not expecting a ton of rain, up to 1/4 of an inch for many of us. These showers will be moving in and out fairly quickly, and again, by early Monday morning near the sunrise, the rain is going to be moving out of the way. But let's show you where that rain is right now. We can see that line of showers, even a few heavier downpours embedded within that line. That is now approaching Baton Rouge. Looks like the northern edge of that. Also beginning to move closer into Hattiesburg, that area across the Pine Belt. So once we get to about 9-10 o'clock, we'll start to see those showers beginning to move into Pearl River County, and those will continue to sweep through all of South Mississippi overnight tonight. So this is happening ahead of a cold front. We are still ahead of the front, obviously, so at least for December standards right now, not too terribly chilly. It's a little cool outside, but we're sitting in the mid-50s in Gulfport, 57 New Orleans, just ahead of the front. Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, they are still in the low 60s, but you can tell behind the front to our north and west in Shreveport, Little Rock, Greenville, they are seeing those upper 40s and low 50s, and that cooler air will work its way in by early Monday morning. And Monday overall is looking fairly chilly, especially if the cloud cover is going to be stubborn in the morning, which I do expect to see a decent amount of cloud cover to kick off Monday. It may not be until the end of the day that we'll start to see a little bit more sunshine here along the coast. So playing this out on Futurecast, I stopped this at about 10 o'clock. Right as we get ready for our 10 o'clock newscast tonight, we may see a few of those light showers beginning to move into Pearl River and even Stone County. Stopping this at about midnight, most of South Mississippi will be underneath some of those showers. A few heavier downpours are going to be possible. Severe weather is not an issue with this. With temperatures in the 50s, the air is going to be what we call too stable. Not expecting any severe weather. Could there be a few rumbles of thunder? That is going to be possible, but for the most part, this is just going to be some plain old rain moving through overnight tonight. So we'll stay in the 50s through about midnight. Then, as we get into early Monday morning, once the front pushes through completely, we'll see temperatures begin to drop into the upper 40s. It is going to be breezy. Chances are we'll start off the day with some cloud cover, maybe a bit of a dreary start to our Monday morning, maybe getting hard to get out of bed on Monday. You may need an extra cup of coffee to get going. If we're lucky, by the afternoon, most of the clouds will be clearing out of the way. But even if we do see some sunshine, looks like with that northerly breeze, we may only warm up into the mid to upper 50s. I know we have a parade going on in Gulfport tomorrow. That begins at 4:30. Rain is not going to be an issue, but with the wind still out of the north and with it staying breezy, I'd bundle up a little bit. It is definitely going to be chilly, especially by 4:30 as we get closer to the sunset that evening. But just emphasizing rain, not going to be an issue as we get into Monday afternoon. Now, Monday night into Tuesday, colder air continues to settle in from the north. Temperatures by Tuesday morning are going to be dropping into the mid to upper 30s. Seems like Futurecast is suggesting maybe some fog developing by Tuesday morning, given that we have a lot of moisture in the ground. So fog is going to be possible. It looks like Tuesday morning, definitely going to be cold. The wind will be calmer at that point, but with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, people, pets, plants need to be protected. There is going to be a chance for some patchy frost, I would say, by Tuesday morning. By Tuesday afternoon, not overly warm for the most part. We will be staying in the mid to upper 50s. At least on Tuesday, though, we do expect to see a good bit of sunshine. So once the front moves through overnight tonight, it is going to be getting breezy. Winds are going to be shifting out of the north, and it's really going to be windy over the sound and offshore. A small craft advisory begins tonight at midnight, and that will last throughout the day on Monday. So a heads up for boaters if you have plans to take the boat out tomorrow. Choppy conditions are expected. So throughout the day on Monday, we'll keep that breeze out of the north. That will help to bring in that cooler air. Could see some gusts upwards of 20 to 25 miles per hour. Something to be mindful of for your Christmas decorations tomorrow. If you have inflatables, you may need to deflate those for Monday, given that it is going to be pretty breezy. As we get into Tuesday, the wind is going to be calming down quite a bit, and that will actually allow us to cool down by Tuesday morning, and by Tuesday afternoon, the wind is going to be getting even calmer. So I briefly mentioned this small craft advisory begins overnight tonight at midnight after that cold front passes through completely. It's going to be breezy tomorrow over the sound, no doubt about that. Seas at about 3 to 4 feet. Once we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, it looks like seas are going to be subsiding just a little bit, and it's not going to be as breezy. Rain chances over the next several days, pretty much slim to none, so I don't foresee rain being an issue. Offshore, same thing. A small craft advisory will begin at midnight tonight. It is going to be very choppy offshore tomorrow with seas as high as 8 feet. For Tuesday and Wednesday, you can see there seas subsiding quite a bit, and it's not going to be nearly as windy. Still going to be pretty chilly, though, with temperatures in the 50s. Once we get into Wednesday, that's when things begin to warm up a little bit more. Quickly looking at our tides, we are going to be seeing low tide tomorrow, closer to midday. High tide is going to be happening late tomorrow night into very early Tuesday morning. So just an update there if you have plans to head out over the water. But a drastic difference this week compared to what we had this previous week. Obviously, we saw a lot of rainfall over the past several days. This week, we don't have a ton of rain in the forecast. Monday afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday, I'm not expecting any rain. There is going to be a small chance for a few showers on Friday as we watch another cold front get close to us. But even looking ahead to this upcoming weekend, at this point, our rain chances are looking pretty slim. In terms of temperatures, they're a bit all over the place this upcoming week. I'm confident that tomorrow and Tuesday will be fairly chilly with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Then a decent warm up on the way by Thursday and Friday. We're going to see much more mild conditions at that time, even temperatures above average by Thursday and Friday. That's going to be happening ahead of our next cold front. Then this upcoming Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of uncertainty with the temperature forecast. It really depends on how deep this next big trough or dip in the jet stream is going to be moving into the southeast U.S. Yesterday, it was looking a little more promising that we were going to be seeing a really significant cool down. Today, there's more uncertainty with that, so something we will monitor. For now, we're looking at high temperatures on Saturday and Sunday in the 50s, but there's a lot of uncertainty at this point, so stay tuned. Low temperatures by Tuesday morning, going to be in the mid to upper 30s, could be getting close to freezing, so some patchy frost will be possible. It is going to be more mild by Thursday and Friday. Depending on how strong that cold front is going to be this upcoming weekend, we could see temperatures lower than the low 40s, or if the cold front doesn't quite push itself far enough to the south by Saturday and Sunday, we may still be in the low 40s throughout Saturday and Sunday morning. Again, a lot of uncertainty regarding the forecast this upcoming weekend. Very confident, though, that the Midwest, New England, they are in for a big blast of cold air this upcoming weekend and into early next week. At this time, we're looking at likely than cooler average temperatures here along the Gulf Coast, but again, it really is all going to depend on how strong this trough is going to be moving into the eastern part of the country. That being said, over to our west, they're going to be underneath a ridge, so for them, it's going to be a little bit warmer. So again, big question, how far south is that Arctic air going to be moving into the southeast? Really too early to know exactly if that Arctic blast is going to be impacting us along the Gulf Coast. So stay tuned. We will let you know as we get into the rest of the week. For those of you that really like the cooler weather, there is some hope, but still some uncertainty at this time. But I am very confident that by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, things are going to be warming up a good bit. Beautiful weather, to be honest, expected as we get into the middle to end of the week with more sunshine. Rain chances overall for the 7-day forecast, very, very low. Not expecting any rain tomorrow, nor do I expect any rain on Tuesday. Tomorrow morning, though, we may start off with some cloud cover. Hopefully, we'll see a little more sunshine by the end of the day. And just to recap, as for tonight, we do have a pretty good chance of seeing more showers, and we'll take another look at that before I let you go there. So last thing before we head out on this digital desk, just showing you another loop of where that rainfall is. It is passing through Baton Rouge. Looks like some heavier downpours approaching West Baton Rouge at this time. That's going to be sliding into South Mississippi starting, I would say, at about more so 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Moving into parts of Pearl River in Stone County. So time now is 8:28. We will be having another update on our rainy Sunday night forecast coming up at 10 o'clock this evening. So hopefully you can join us then. Plus we'll have all the latest news going on in South Mississippi. So we hope to see you at 10 o'clock on WLOX.